family is leaving, was saying that he's fully paid up rent for the rest of the year. Why don't we move to this 3-bedroom apartment at the front where we can be safe? Because the back wasn't safe by this time. And as he was leaving, he said to my father, and there's 30,000 shillings in the house, it's yours, do what you want. I can't take it with me. We had cash, no visas. So the only way to leave the country was to leave the country illegally. My father by this time was completely despondent, had given up hope completely. He was depressed, completely given up hope, sat me down and said to me, Atul, you now have to make this decision. You have to take your mother and your younger brother out of the country for their safety. You cannot any longer worry about me. We cannot any longer remain as a family unit. You have to be strong and you have to go and find some way of living Uganda, because no point in all 4 of us dying. 11th October 1972 is when we left. So the 3 of us, leaving my father behind, we left. And we arrived here on the 12th of October 1972. It was a grey, dreary, kind of wet, damp morning. I presented myself to a very young immigration officer who looked at my passport and said, where's your visa? So I said, I don't know what you mean by a visa. I don't know what a visa means. So he said, no, you can't just come to Britain. I said, well, why not? It says my passports, all my passports, 3 passports, citizen of the United Kingdom and the colonies. You need permission to come here. Where did you just come from? I said, I just came from Kampala, where all these other people came from. Kampala is in Uganda. I said, so he said, oh, okay. He said, so where's your father? And I said, I don't know. He went to work one morning and he's never come back. So this guy says, what do you mean? I said, do you know what's happening in Kampala? I said, do you know where I've come from and you know what's happening in Kampala? He said, what's happening in Kampala? So I told him a little bit of what was happening. And so he then said, look, okay, I can't decide this. I have to go and talk to a senior officer. You have to wait here for a few minutes. So I said, fine. To me, it seemed like ages. I was sweating. Anyway, he comes back for what to me felt like an eternity, but to him was like 10 minutes maybe. He came back and he said to me, I've had a word with my manager. His exact word, Her Majesty's government has decided to grant you a stay of 3 months in the United Kingdom. Do you have anywhere to go? And I said, no, but what does that mean? He said, well, you can live in this country for 3 months and then we will decide what to do.